Hi everyone, welcome to Moonbeam's Messages. This is a collective reading today that is for Sun, Moon and Risings. If it doesn't resonate with yourself, then please take what resonates with you and leave the rest for someone else. I hope you like your messages today. If you do, please like and subscribe to the channel and you'll get updates every time that I put new content on the channel. Okay, let's get into the reading. Hi, this is a reading for Leo. This is a self-reflection reading. Now, every now and then we all need a little bit of help to reflect on what's going on in our lives. Sometimes we need to do a bit of self-healing. Sometimes we need to do a bit of soul-searching. Sometimes we're feeling stuck and need a bit of guidance to help with that. So the idea of this reading is to give a bit of guidance for that self-reflection. Spirit, please can you give me some cards to help Leo with their current self-reflection journey? Spirit, please give me some cards for Leo to help with their current self-reflection journey. Okay, so your overall energy is the Six of Swords. So this suggests that you're currently moving to calmer waters. So something's happened recently, or has happened. Yeah, well, I'd say recent. Well, recent. You've been going through something, and you're finally starting to release. You're moving forward. You're in some sort of recovery. Yeah, and you're just moving to fresher or to calmer waters. Okay. Now, in your first card of how is your true self? How are you talking to yourself? Sorry about that. I just realised it was really, really dark and you couldn't really see anything. So, your inner voice is telling you the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so that is how you're currently talking to yourself. So currently, you are telling yourself everything's great. You've got exactly what you want. And you are doing absolutely fantastic. Now, we'll pull some clarifiers in a minute, but usually what your inner voice is telling you doesn't always mean that's what's actually going on. So yeah, this is suggesting that everything is going absolutely hunky-dory for you and that your inner voice is telling you it's absolutely amazing. Okay. Now, what you are currently hiding from yourself out of shame or fear is a Page of Cups. Okay. Now, the Page of Cups is somebody that is a little bit immature. You could be, how do I put it? You've got a bit of a childish view on relationships. Okay, so you might be a bit naive on things. You might be not really. How do we put it? So when you're looking at a relationship, you're not looking at it for what it should be long term potentially. So you could be feeling a bit ashamed of that. You could be scared that you don't really take relationships seriously because you look at them from a child's point of view. You could also be ashamed potentially that you're in a new relationship maybe, or you're scared of being in a new relationship, because this is always something that's normally the start of something. It's usually the start of a new type of relationship. Okay, now in what you can do to help heal from this, what you're hiding from yourself, we've got the Devil. Now, the devil is telling you to be a bit selfish. He's also a card of addictions. He can be codependent. He can be... Is basically any kind of toxic vice, any kind of negative thing that you can think of. That is what the devil represents. He isn't always evil. He can also just be somebody that's telling you to be a bit self-indulgent. You know, look, time to be self-indulgent, do what you want, be a bit selfish, and yeah, and basically just enjoy yourself a little bit. Yeah, it's literally what he's saying. Potentially may even be into bondage, who knows? But that's what he's saying you need to do to heal at the minute. Yeah. Now, your Two of Wands. This is what you need to release. Okay, so you need to release some sort of partnership or a... so the Two of Wands can also be you yearning for something, you're waiting for something potentially, you're asserting yourself with confidence. This is suggesting that you release that. So whatever it is that you are currently waiting on, that you are wanting, it's suggesting that you might need to release that. Yeah, that you do need to release that, whatever that could be. We'll pull some clarification cards in a minute anyway. Now, what you need to embrace is time to yourself. You need to rest and recuperate and settle your mind, because currently you can't trust what you're thinking. Okay, and that is what it's telling you to embrace. So this Ten of Pentacles here telling you everything's absolutely fine is clearly not correct, because you need to embrace the fact that you can't trust what you're thinking. Okay, so we're going to pull some clarification cards on these. So Spirit, please can I get some clarification on this Ten of Pentacles? Why is Leo telling themselves that they have got everything that they want and they're happy and abundant and getting everything they need? What's going on with this Ten of Pentacles, please, Spirit? Okay, so we've got the World card. So something's come to an end. You've had a cycle come to an end. Okay, so you're currently telling yourself everything's absolutely fine because you've hit an end of a cycle. Now, to you, this potentially suggests that you've got balance and harmony and fulfillment, and that is what you are telling yourself. Okay, because that cycle has come to an end. Something closed, a chapter of your life has come to completion, and you think it's absolutely fine that that's come to an end and that you're fine with it. Okay, you think that that completion has given you a lot of abundance and has given you everything that you want. Okay, now, Spirit, please clarify this Page of Cups. But it looks as though you've not learned something potentially from this chapter, and that could be why you need to embrace the fact that you can't trust what you're thinking. Spirit, please clarify this Page of Cups. Okay, so the Page of Cups is being clarified by the Eight of Pentacles. So that is you working on something. So it's suggesting that you want to potentially rebuild or work on something. Maybe you're scared to work on something or revisit something, because you may have looked at it childlike previously. Maybe I can put it out there. Maybe you've had a relationship where you weren't particularly mature in that relationship. You were looking at it with a childlike view. You weren't as open and emotional as a mature person should have been. And maybe you are feeling that potentially ashamed, and you know you need to work on it, but you're a bit ashamed to do it because of what's happened. It could also be that you need to work on changing the way that you look at relationships. Maybe you're scared that you're going to be doing it again. Maybe you're scared that you'll meet somebody that's not emotionally mature, that you need to potentially work on yourself or on the relationship before you can find that out. And the Eight of Pentacles is generally somebody that is looking at commitment and putting in a lot of effort. Okay, so that does suggest that you might be scared of commitment, potentially. So maybe you're feeling, or maybe you're looking at a relationship with a childlike view because you're scared of committing. Maybe something's happened in the past, or you've grown up where commitment wasn't really something that you saw, so you don't know how to commit potentially, and you're scared of committing. I mean, with this World card, maybe it's something where you now want to commit to something, but you're scared to. Okay. And that devil is telling you to go and get what you want, take what you want. Spirit, please can you clarify this devil? Please can you clarify this devil, Spirit? Okay, so we've got the King of Swords in reverse with that devil. Okay, so the King of Swords in reverse is somebody that's usually a little bit manipulative. So he's suggesting, which is a horrible thing to suggest, that you might need to be a little bit manipulative. He is also somebody that isn't really in the complete grasp of the truth, and could be a bit of a control freak, and basically you live without rules and regulations. Maybe that's something you need to do for now. Okay, maybe you just need to be a bit self-indulgent and live without rules or self-regulation for a while. Not necessarily for a while, but just to work out what it is that you actually want. Maybe you need to get maybe you need to be a bit self-indulgent and a bit selfish to work out the truth of what it is that you want. Okay. Now, he is also a control freak, so maybe the devil is suggesting bondage and, controlling. Who knows? It's up. You resonate. Take it as you want. Take it as it resonates. Yeah. So let's get some clarification of this Two of Wands. What is this Two of Wands that needs to be released, please, Spirit? What needs to be let go of? An Eight of Wands. Okay, so the Eight of Wands is in the reverse. Now, what needs to be let go of? So the Eight of Wands, when it's in the upright, is fast-moving communication. When it's in the reverse, it's slow communication. So this suggests that you need to either talk to somebody, or you're going to miss the opportunity to do it. Okay. It could suggest as well that things that you had got good intentions for have gone completely the wrong way, and you now need to release those good intentions, or what were good intentions. You need to let it go. Okay. But yeah, it is suggesting that something that you were planning has gone stagnant. So it would suggest that either you need to take a move on it, push forward and go quicker, or just let it go completely. Okay. Now, Four of Swords. Spirit, can we get some clarification on this Four of Swords, on why they need to embrace? Oh, let's jump straight out. and that's the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles is suggesting that you need to embrace some basically self-love and healing time, and take some time to yourself to watch those pentacles that you've already planted and that you've been working on grow. Because you've clearly planted some seeds somewhere, and you need to, basically the Seven of Pentacles is you watching things come to fruition, developments, accomplishments. It's also suggesting that you need to be reflecting on something that's happened. Okay, so embrace some time to yourself to reflect on things that you've been doing, on things that you've planted, on things that are coming to fruition. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So what I am going to do though is I am going to pull another card on this Seven of Pentacles, just to see if we can get any indication of what it is that you may have planted. Spirit, can we get another card for this? Seven of Pentacles. Not the Nine of Wands. Okay. So the Nine of Wands is you building defences, and you've been a bit guarded. So moving into uncharted territory. Okay, so something you've planted is something brand new to you. So you've had an idea for something, and now you're in uncharted territory, and you need to basically heal yourself so that you can move forward properly and watch things grow. Because you're feeling very guarded. You're feeling a little bit defeated potentially. Maybe something's happened in the past where you've ended up having to let go of. So obviously you've had something happen in the past, you've ended something. You don't potentially trust what you're thinking, so you've got your defenses up because you're not 100% trusting it, but you need to go and sit and do some reflection on things that have happened in the past, on seeds that you've planted, in order to move forward. You need to embrace that particular lesson. You need to embrace what it is that you're convincing yourself is right, what's good. You need to work out what it is that actually, what have you done in the past that isn't as good as you think it is. So it's like you're self-deluding yourself a little bit, and you're ashamed to work things through. So something where you had great intentions, and then it's gone bad. So whatever intentions you may have started out with, you've jumped into a new chapter. You've telling yourself it's great. Your intention is to start something new and work on something. I mean, this could be two different things. You might be ashamed of something new and you want to work on something. You might be scared to work on something because you've done some, it could be that you want to restart something. It doesn't have to be a new person. It could be a restart, but either way, you're either scared or ashamed that you need to work on something, potentially to bolster your finances as well. Maybe and Pentacles are usually finances, but it also could be relationship. Maybe it's something where in the past, you've thought you'd be great with money, you'd be fine, and now you're scared you're not going to have enough money, so you've got to be working. You're scared to work on boosting that. Or you're ashamed to admit that you need to work more, potentially. You've got the devil telling you to go out and party to heal a little bit, but I want to get some more clarification on that, because that just seems a bit weird that, if you're telling yourself that you're not reliable, or what you're thinking isn't reliable, and you're scared you've got not enough abundance, why would it be telling you to go and party but tell you to take time alone? Not necessarily party, but be selfish. I suppose let's take another. The Queen of Wands. Okay, and that's in reverse as well. Okay. So the Queen of Wands in reverse is somebody that's naive, jealous, vain, vindictive, which is very odd. So it's suggesting that in order to heal, you need to potentially grasp. Okay, I get it. So you need to grasp the truth about a Queen of Wands that may have appeared, who is jealous, vindictive, very self-indulgent. So if you're somebody that's been spending a lot of money, maybe this is why you're worried about potentially working on something and it's potentially gone awry. Okay, so if this is a new relationship, you've ended a particular relationship, you think everything's absolutely fine, you've jumped into something new, it's gone a bit wrong, it's going in the wrong direction, or something is not working properly, but you're not seeing the truth behind it. You're deluding yourself, and you need to see the truth behind this Queen of Wands, who is, I mean, it could be that she might be getting you to spend a lot of money. It could be that you're, she's just not a bit of a match. But what you need to do is you need to put yourself first. You need to stand up for yourself. And if it's something where, they're demanding a lot from you, you need to be selfish and demand the same back, or demand that they start doing stuff. Just so if for instance you're paying for everything, if they're expecting you to pay, demand that they pay for something, because if they don't, then you'll see that they're not really into, that they just want you for the money potentially. It could be that, I don't know, it's a hard one, because it could be that she might be very jealous of somebody, or maybe potentially jealous of your past because you're making out like it's all hunky-dory. You could be turning around and saying, yeah, that's ended, that chapter's ended. Whether if it was a 10 of Pentacles, whether it was with a person, whether it was a job potentially, you could be saying, yeah, that's all ended, started something new. This Queen of Wands has come in thinking that they're going to get everything out of you. You're having to be a king of swords, where you kind of don't want to see the truth that this Queen of Wands is using you a little bit, and you need to be this devil energy, and put yourself first, and demand, not demand, but be a bit selfish. Put yourself first, have some self-respect, have some self, it's, I mean, it's, yeah, it's like seeing the temptation that's there, seeing through it to what it actually is. Is it just a temptation? Or is it what you want? Is it something that's using you, or is it just something that you're using to help you heal from fear? Maybe you've had issues in the past where you might feel like you're not deserving of a new start, or of love properly. So you've looked at love in a naive way, in a childlike way. You haven't wanted to put in the effort previously to get past being naive. You haven't wanted to put in the work. And now, in order to heal that, you've got to go out on your own, experience a Queen of Wands who's going to take you for granted. It's all got to go up the spout as such. I know this is a really horrible thing to say, but it looks like it's a karmic lesson that you need to be learning. It really does. And then it looks like you've got to go and take some time on your own and reflect on it. Yeah, that literally looks like you're learning some sort of karmic lesson here, and you need to be sitting thinking, well, why didn't you want to work on it? Or why didn't you want to work on something when you had it? Why were you looking at love? Why were you scared to look at it with anything more than, or why when you look at love, you look at it in a childish way. So why is that? You know, what makes you scared that that's going to happen again? What makes you scared that you're looking at it in that way? What makes you ashamed of looking at it in that way? What holds you, or what keeps you there looking at it like that? You know, and what can you work on, or within yourself or within relationships, to not do that? Or is it a case of, you know, you're ashamed or you're scared to work on things, so you just jump into something new, and that makes you feel shame? You know, I mean, that potentially could be more likely it, that, you know, the thought of working on something might scare you, because let's face it, when you work on things, it can be hard and not everything goes as smoothly as you want it to. And it might very well be that instead of working on things that you should be working on, you just jump into something new, and then you feel shame for doing that, because you don't want to put in the depth to make it more than just a childlike, not childlike, but it's the start of a relationship, the pages. So at the start, it's all, you know, happy, lusty, naive. So if that's what you want to jump into, instead of working on something there that's, you know, to make it of substance, maybe you're feeling shame for that. And yeah, the way to get over it is to go through a karmic partnership, potentially, where you're being selfish, potentially going through this karmic relationship with, because it, you know, you've got some passion going on, going through a karmic relationship, not wanting to see it for as it is, being used, and then you have potentially an epiphany to see, okay, yeah, that's probably not for me, because it's going to go, you know, that well-intentioned aim has gone the wrong way, and potentially gone to the wrong person. So you need to release that want as such, and let it go, and then take time to yourself to see what it is that you've been thinking and why it is that those thoughts can't be trusted. You know, take time to heal and look at what you've already planted, to see whether or not you've planted them in the right place, and whether you want to see them grow into fruition. Okay, so that's what I've got for those for you. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull some Moonology cards as well, see if there's any more messages that Spirit wants to give, and then I'll also pull a Kitchen Witch Oracle as well for you. So, Spirit, have we got any Moonology cards for Leo for any further advice? Spirit, can we have a Moonology card for Leo for any further advice, please? Okay, so we've got hold your vision, meditate and contemplate, luck is on your side, and the end of a tough cycle approaches. And then we've also got work through your fears, okay, on the reverse. And then we've got what do you need to release. So this would suggest that that cycle hasn't yet finished. So that cycle that was at the bottom, where you're telling yourself it's come to an end, it's all over, it looks as though it's not completely finished, okay? Maybe you're still in that cycle. Maybe that is what that devil and that karmic or potential karmic situation is. Maybe the cycle isn't just what you've already been through, but you're still in a, you know, you've still not come out of the end of it. Meditate and contemplate. So have a good sit and think, properly think about what it is you want, okay? Keep hold of that vision of what you want when you've decided on it, and luck will be on your side, okay? And yeah, work through your fears. So whatever fear it is that you've got to work on things, why is that? You know, what is it that is stopping you putting in effort and working hard on something if you truly want it? That's what you need to be thinking about. What prevents you from doing that? Oh, it's just started thundering. Okay, now I'm going to pull some kitchen witch or a kitchen witch oracle for you. These are generally just the herbs, but it's generally the message that comes along with it that is more relevant. But you never know, if you eat it, drink it, or rub it on yourself, it could be good. Obviously, if it's poisonous, do not eat it or drink it. I am not suggesting that in the slightest. I don't think they are poisonous. I think they're all edible in here, but I don't know. I don't know what everything is. I'm not going to lie. So, your oracle is elderflower and warding. Okay, so warding is generally to ward off negative energies. So, elderflower, let's have a look. What does it say about it? Okay. Steeped in mystery and superstition, my ancient history is shared amongst the British hedge growers. Protected by the elder mother who resides in the trunk of my tree, I will ward off evil spirits and protect your home, if planted near the threshold, from misfortune. The powerful warding property of my leaves will assist in breaking spells cast against you and undo any harmful intentions. Allow me to deflect any ill wills as I defend your magical honour. So this could potentially be referring to that Queen of Wands. Maybe she's potentially, I don't know, cast some spells to get what she wants. Who knows? Yeah. As you sleep deeply beneath the canopy of my white lacy fragrant flowers, you're invited into a parallel existence, into your mystical dimension of the fairies, who are fundamental in your spell work at this time. I'm not a witch. I don't do spells. I'm just reading the message. The nature sprites will ward off any negative or victim conscious beliefs that are blocking you as you harness your natural magical abilities. It is suggesting that you, make a cordial with it and have it for a flu, as a diuretic, or to increase sweating for sinusitis. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. But yeah, so elderflower then. To ward off evil spirits, evil intentions, protect your home. So potentially, as daft as it sounds, with that devil energy being negative, you may think things are going hunky-dory, you might think things are being good. As weird as it sounds, you could have been bewitched by your Queen of Wands, and you might need to do some warding to break free. That is not going to be relevant for everybody. It does also, obviously, it did say it also guards against negative intentions. So if somebody is wishing you any ill will, it should help negate that as well. Yeah. So thank you for joining me today, Leo. I hope that has helped some of you with your self-reflection journeys. Good luck. And yeah, thank you for joining me.